Hello students, today we will be dealing with kitchen management. First we will see about the size and type of the kitchen. The size of kitchen will vary according to the nature and amount of work to be done in it. As a general guide, 2.5 into 3 meters is sufficient for a single person to work in, while 2.5 into 4 meters provide comfortable working space for 2 persons. Usually, the space allotted to a kitchen is approximately half the dining area, but the ratio varies with the size and type of establishment and the menu pattern. In larger canteens, the size and shape of spaces provided for food preparation activity will be affected by the size and type of equipment, their placement, and the kitchen area in relation to the receiving, storage, and service areas. Too small kitchen space will hinder work because of overcrowding, while too large spaces will involve extra walking, causing unnecessary fatigue to workers. Kitchens may take different shapes according to the space available in a building for production and service of food. Some of the common types of kitchens used are square, rectangular, U-shaped, L-shaped kitchen, parallel to a single or straight line with dimensions varying according to the need of particular catering establishments. First, we will see about the square kitchen. It is not common because the distance from one wall to another is more and require much walking at work. All plumbing, electricity and gas connections are best brought to walls, and rather than having pipes and drains under floors in the center of the kitchen. Any leaks may occur with flood the center of the kitchen, making it unhygienic and unsafe as well as difficult to work in. Coming to the rectangular kitchen, it is a very common shape and generally used in catering establishments where a lot of activity is undertaken. In large establishments, many different types of menus are served and more space is required. This shape of kitchens are proved useful, seen in hospitals, large restaurants and central kitchens. U-shaped kitchen. It is the most efficient type, being compact and step saving. Doors are located at the end of U and the dining area around the three sides of the room. The sink unit is placed in the end wall or inside the U with the window over it. There is no chance of crisscrossing in such a plan and work flows easily from one center to the next. Counters can be fixed to come down on either side and provide additional service space during peak hours. It can be folded back against the walls after service hours. L-shaped kitchen. This is a very popular kitchen arrangement. It makes use of two walls adjoining at right angles. It is an efficient design where floor space is limited. Extra space is made by using revolving shelves installed in a cabinet at the base of cooking and sink unit. It is very useful shape for small canteens, tea and coffee shops. Parallel kitchen. In this type, the sides of passages may be utilized while the center space acts as an easel. The passage may be slightly screened off on one side for service during peak hours. This sort of plan is best suited to cafeterias of self-service type. This type of kitchens is suitable for midday meals in schools where dining facilities are not possible. The central passage can be used for children to squat on mattresses and eat the plated food served. Straight line kitchen. This is sometimes referred to as an I-shaped kitchen. It is a useful arrangement for tea shops and mobile vending units. The extra storage is created on walls or under sinks in cabinets. Window spaces can be shelved and covered with wire mesh shutters to increase display space and protect from flies, while at the same time provide enough ventilation in small spaces. Combination of shapes. Any of the shapes discussed above can be combined to plan out a kitchen, depending on the space available in a building. Work simplification. Work can be simplified by viewing the kitchen and its activities from 5 different aspects. One is a work area, workers' area of reach, workspace, equipment, materials and supplies, and movements of work. Work area. Now this refers to the area of workspace. The height of the work surface from the floor should be just below the waistline so that there is no need to bend while performing the task. If the surface is too low, backache and general discomfort will result, and if it is too high, it may cause undue muscular strain and fatigue. Well planned work areas not only provide physical comfort but also contribute to a sense of psychological and social well-being within the work environment. Average recommended height for work surfaces is 90 centimeters. For work surface, it should be 85 to 100 centimeters. Sink top should be 90 to 100 centimeters. Workers' area of reach. The body and reach characteristics of people directly influence the designing of areas. The area of the work surface is determined by the area of reach of average worker. The area of reach means the limits to which a person can stretch hands to grasp materials and equipment required for an activity. A workspace should be at normal reach to the worker. A worker should reach any object without stretching or moving other parts of the body. Workspace. The amount of space available for work is important for completing tasks efficiently. The space should be large enough to place all the materials and equipment required as well as allow for movement at work. Extra space is necessary for placing completed parts of the work kept aside till it is needed again. Insufficient workspace will involve extra movements in trying to go elsewhere to put away the completed work and come back to the next activity. The workspace should also allow to keep aside of used and unused equipment away from the foot in process, which can be done by using shelf space areas under tables intelligently. Coming to the equipment, materials and supplies. All this have to be considered in relation to the physical structure of the kitchen and the persons using them. Their placement, suitability, quality and quantity all determine how simple any work can be made. Any materials, supplies or equipment in regular use should be placed within the maximum reach zone. Shelves may be located within these zones for items which are used occasionally. This helps to increase the space within the work area. A good kitchen plan is one which achieves the maximum output from a given set of inputs. This can only be done if people at work are conscious of the need to reduce time and effort in performing a task. Movements and the work. It is necessary to understand the body weight is evenly distributed over the legs. When working in any position, standing or seated, the center of gravity of the body is disturbed, which causes unequal distribution of weight on the legs, resulting in extra energy consumption to maintain the body position. If balance is continuously disturbed in any activity, muscles get tired and fatigue sets in. One must keep the body in physical balance, that is, maintain correct posture to enhance comfort and conserve energy. How to design the kitchens? Here what you need to keep in mind while planning your kitchen design. The features to consider in kitchen designing are location, structural details, layout, storage space and general maintenance of the area. Location. So this refers to the exact position of the kitchen in the building. Kitchen should be adjacent to the service area and in one corner of a building. The kitchen should ideally be located in the northwest direction of the house. Kitchen should have 2 side walls for windows and free access to air and natural light. The kitchen should be situated over ground to avoid flooding drainage, backflow, and unnecessary expenses on artificial lighting and ventilation. Whereas in basement areas, the humidity and heat of kitchens also make them prone to dampness and infestation. Structural features. These include drainage, electricity, gas connections, and water supply systems. The kitchen structure should be built around the equipment and services. Other features include the design and the finish of floors, walls, ceilings, and work surfaces, followed by lighting and ventilation. The kitchen structure must be safe and provide hygienic and sanitary conditions for those who work in it. Drainage systems. Many drainage systems are badly designed, which lead to costly ongoing cleaning and maintenance, and at worst, it can result in food contamination. Poor drainage further leads to contamination of food with dire consequences. All kitchens should therefore be fitted with grease traps on all drainage inlets to prevent backflow or blockage. This aspect should be planned carefully during layout of drainage system, which can prevent unnecessary expenses in clearing blocked drains during the course of operation of the catering establishment. Drains should be at least 10 to 15 centimeters in diameter. Water supply. In large kitchens, both hot and cold running water is necessary, which has to be made at structural stage. All water supply into kitchens must be from purified sources. Overhead water pipes should be avoided as they collect dirt and cause water of condensation to drop onto the working areas. All pipes should preferably be concealed. Where storage tanks are necessary, they should be covered and easy to clean periodically. Floors. There are a number of flooring materials available in the market. Kitchen flooring should be smooth but not slippery, hard wearing, free from joints, not easily damaged by spillage, easy to clean, and should be in dark plain colors which do not show patches easily. Walls should be made of hard plaster with an emulsion finish is most suitable as it is without joints, smooth, easy to clean, and does not harbor dirt. The kitchen walls should be smooth, easy to clean, and impervious to moisture, whereas ordinary emulsion paints are not washable and removing marks or stains leaves the walls smudgy. In areas where the wall is near steam equipment, a plastic finish is better than tiles as it is not absorbent and the condensation from steam does not damage the surface. Each wall covering has its own plus and minus points, where a manager of kitchen should decide what properties should be given priority. Ceilings. Any finish on ceilings should be heat resistant and not affected by steam or gases. A plaster paint finish is most suitable, though it requires frequent redoing. Gloss paints on ceilings cause condensation and affect humidity in the kitchen, which makes condition of work uncomfortable as also unhygienic. Acoustical ceilings are important for absorbing kitchen noise if one can afford them. Choosing finishes for walls, floors and ceilings, it would help to remember that dark colors reduce the level of illumination and affect the visibility in kitchens. Work surfaces. All work surfaces should be smooth and impervious. Laminated plastics are quite easy to maintain and not very costly, but it need to be inspected at regular intervals and replaced if they begin to lift at places. Lighting. All areas should be well lighted to make dirt, grease and infestation easily detectable. Kitchen lighting designed should give the best illumination. Overall lighting fittings needs to be placed directly above work tables and food preparation areas. Different types of lighting are available for use in institutional kitchens such as fluorescent, filament and mercury lamps. All fittings need to be arranged over work surfaces and not behind the workers. Strip lights should be parallel to the surface and not at right angles to prevent a shadow falling onto the work surfaces. Light fittings should be totally enclosed, waterproof and easy to clean. Fluorescent lamps. This lighting is more economical to use than filament lamps because its maintenance cost is lower than initial cost. The color effect of fluorescent lighting is correlated to the color temperature. High efficiency fluorescent tubes will not give good color effects and are not recommended for use in kitchens, dining or storage areas where the color of food could be masked. Mercury lamps. It may be used in kitchens and are available in ranges of 80 watts to 400 watts capacity. It provides greater comfort to the eye and can also be easily fixed to the ceiling. The color, appearance and illumination and life are approximately equal to white fluorescent tube lamps. The seal protects the lamp from moisture and dirt and easy to clean. Ventilation is very important in kitchens to prevent the process of condensation, that is droplets of moisture forming on equipment, food and surfaces. Condensation leads to formation of mold and bacteria resulting in contamination of food. Good ventilation helps to eliminate excessive heat from the cooking environment, regulate the temperature and make it more comfortable to work in. Sufficient attention needs to be paid to good ventilation and lighting in food preparation and service areas. The modes of ventilation in kitchens are windows, vapor extractor hoods and exhaust fans. Windows need to be fitted with fly-proof shutters which not only keeps out the flies but also prevents draughts from affecting the kitchen work. Vapor extractor hoods are generally fitted over cooking equipment and have proved very effective in removing fumes, vapors and odors from kitchen. Exhaust fans are fitted near the ceilings in the walls. They are designed to suck out the air from kitchens which then get replaced with fresh air. The area is wire meshed on the outside to make it fly proof. Poor ventilation can lead to headache, giddiness, fainting and even vomiting. Whatever be the mode of lighting and ventilation selected for a kitchen or the nature of its other structural features, it is important to keep the kitchen environment as bright and cheerful as possible. Light colors give better visibility. Designing the kitchen for safety. In the layout of designing kitchens, it is vital to make provision for fire fighting equipment at convenient points. Also, alarm systems need to be incorporated while designing kitchens. Layout of kitchens. It means the positioning of work centers and their arrangement with respect to equipment and necessary services like drainage, water and fuel supply in the kitchen. Planning layouts require knowledge and expertise in 4 different areas. First is the management or administration of kitchen. It is not always necessary for a manager to be a food specialist. He must possess the ability to view the kitchen in terms of functional efficiency. It is also important for the administrator to be able to identify resources and restrain or limiting factors and to make policy and other strategic decisions. Operation. The food service manager must therefore play an active role in planning of layouts because the direction of food preparation and service activities within the layouts are purely his responsibility. He must be able to present the essential data accurately, completely and in an easily understandable form. He has to be a food specialist because he has to approve the plan in the end or behalf of the users. Architecture. The expertise of an architect is vital to the planning of any layout because it is he who can translate the requirements of the food service manager into plan drawings which the structural engineers can interpret. Regarding the construction and design engineering, expert advice is necessary on construction features, timing of contracts and desirable building materials in terms of providing the faculty with structures and equipment which conform to standards laid down for safety of users. Work centers in the kitchen layout. It should be positioned with 4 basic concepts in mind. One is a smooth workflow, avoid congestion at work tables and sinks, comfortable work environment and hygienic and sanitary conditions. Smooth workflow. Kitchen can be easily managed if the sequence of activities to be performed is clearly marked out. On the basis of the workflow principles and the production cycle should include work centers for each production activity. The main work centers in an institutional kitchen are preparation center for meat, fish and poultry, preparation center for vegetables and fruits, cooking center, holding, service or dishing out center and washing up or sink center. In addition to the above centers for food production, it is important to design kitchen layouts with separate hand washing facilities at strategic points such as the entrance to the kitchen and in between the preparation and cooking centers. Work in both these centers requires the use of such facilities frequently during the process of working. Depending on the size of kitchen and its layout plan, hand wash basins should be fixed where they need to be used the most depending on the activity involved. Avoidance of congestion at work tables and sinks. Congestion may result from any one or more of the following: faulty design or improper planning of work center and improper placement of major equipment. While designing kitchens, it is very important to keep in mind the movement of workers in and around work centers with a view to avoid unnecessary congestion. An allowance of 3.5 to 4 meters square floor space per person is adequate with a minimum of 11.25 meters square if ceiling is less than 3 meters. Improper scheduling of work and timings of performance. Overutilization of a certain piece of equipment resulting in congestion at that point. Congestion may also cause due to lot of people visiting kitchen staff from outside. Comfortable work environment. Temperature and humidity of the environment. The temperature should be of 18 degrees Celsius to 20 degrees Celsius and humidity of 60% is recommended. Safety of workers is important as they feel relaxed and safe in their environment. Relationship of people at work. It is important to create harmonious relationship among the people at work. Hygienic and sanitary conditions. Hygiene and sanitation play a very important role in promoting and protecting the health and well-being of people in large numbers. Storage in kitchens. Few guidelines for storage in kitchen are: in the food preparation and cooking centers, it would be appropriate to provide drawers on work tables for keeping kitchen cloths, chopping boards, knives, ladles, etc., along with cabinets for pots, pans, bowls and also some shelves for flavorings, condiments and spices. I hope you have enjoyed the kitchen management session. We will see it in the next session. Thank you.